grid as they wait for the lights to go out. The revs are building. Let's go racing.
Everybody's doing a brand new dance now.
As we get set for the final qualifying session of the night. 5-minute qualifying session. The first few out of the pits are probably going to get a third lap in. But the majority of the field's only going to manage 2 here. So who is that? Seckers and Pup, first 2 out of the pits, are probably the only ones with a chance at an extra lap.
Maybe Dale.
Maybe. I mean, he still thinks it's a reverse grid, so I don't know.
If he does 19s, he might be able to, might get 3.
There you go, yeah. Right. But yeah, we do have Seckers leading the field this time, so Div 1 champ from last season, looking to just get out in that clear air, not have to deal with other people making their mistakes and all that stuff. Zoo, on the other hand, has found himself a Nux to drive around with, so he's kind of holding, but Nux is having none of that. You go on ahead, Chief. As he just ducks to the side. So it's a very interesting mind game. Another thing I found interesting is Apex has been driving around on auto drive for half a lap here. He's paused at the moment.
He's just trying to get some clean track. I would imagine. Doesn't want anyone following him around.
Tombo's doing the same by the looks of it. Tombo's going to try and go up the inside. That's rude. To put it pretty bluntly, he's clearly just got himself some space, so you try and duck past as he speeds up. That's a bit of a roughie, but we'll move on. We'll just mark that against Tombo's name for the future.
It's a very interesting Div 1, very different Div 1 from what we saw last season. We have, without our young champion from a couple of seasons ago, Goat, in the mix, and then we have a returning dominant champion in Apex who's come back to full-time drive this season.
We've got Flossie, who could be wondering about the one that got away. Oh, someone's in the wall. Lucky's in the wall. Out of, turn 4. So that'll be this lap done for Lucky. He'll be able to regather and go again. But it's... like you were saying, a lot of elements coming through with Flossie with the one that got away.
Returning champion Seckers, who's taking a bit of a backward step from his drive last season to do some iRacing. So
we've also got the season 6 most improved driver who's won a former championship in Scooter 82 making a return. So it's a very different looking Div 1, but definitely not any worse for the changes. That's for sure. It should be some really great racing. Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to take away from the quality at all. And with that said, we've got Apex after 1 lap. 19-2 is in first, Flossie in second, Scooter third, Tombo fourth, Dale rounding out the top 5 and facing the wrong way.
Not 3 laps then.
No, not 3 laps for Dale by the looks of it, as he's now slowed on the exit of turn 4. As he's just waiting for everyone to cruise by, doesn't want to cause any collisions, let the whole grid go by. But do want to jump up with, where's our lead of the field? Seckers in 8th at the moment. So I'm just going to keep half an eye, because it's a 5-minute qualifying with a 30-second follow-on. And we're at almost 4 minutes now. So there's the 4-minute mark, so he's got...
Yeah, he'll make another lap.
Yes, 20.0 for Seckers that time around, and he has 1 minute and 21 seconds to get a lap in.
So that means that Pup behind him might also get a third lap in.
I'm not sure. Pups might be that little bit of a gap behind. As we've got Nux and Oil improving, 19.7 and a 19.8. Lucky goes with a 21.2. That's not going to do it for him, unfortunately. It's a 12th place start for Lucky. Unlucky, some would say. Haha. Who have we got coming around here? That's Dale cruising at the front, so next car across the line will be Seckers.
Apex has buttoned it off.
Yep, so on board with Seckers here. See how he's going time-wise. Oh, he gets the slide on up the hill.
He's pushing hard.
He's down by a 1/10 of a second. Can all be made up. One good run through that final corner. How much does he want to push it if he's already down? Here we go. Oh, he's done it well.
Yeah, that's nice.
Here we go. That timer, 7, 6, 5. So he's definitely going to get that lap in. 19.8 from Seckers, and that is it. So jumping in shortly, we've had the 30-second warning. There's the 10-second timer, so everyone will have had to set their tyres. Be very interesting to see how far down the grid we have to go before we see a set of hards, because I wouldn't put it past Apex to start on hards from pole. So we get the information up for everyone. So we've got a muddled grid on my screen. I've got Scooter in first for some reason. But on the racing hards, 5. And we're away. A lot of wheel spin. You might have to get into Scooter's DMs and let him know how to launch that thing, but...
Flossie's got a great launch there on hards.
Has he? Has he ever? Scooter as well. Tombo looking around the outside of Scooter into turn 1. Tombo almost going into the back of Flossie, being hung out to dry as well on the corner exit. Can Scooter keep his nose in? He does nicely. I'm having flashbacks to, was it race 1? We had Tombo and Scooter doing the same thing.
It's mediums versus hards here. Both the Fangit boys are on the hard tyre.
Tombo's wide, very wide.
Hold on to it.
Here comes Nux, here comes Oil. Oil's giving him a bump.
Oil's had to take evasive action there to...
Evasive by running up the rear end of Tombo. But it is Apex from Flossie. So Apex on the medium, Flossie on the hards, Scooter on the hards, Tombo on the mediums, and then we're hard tyres all the way.
Oh, jeez, hold on to it, Floss. And Oil,
yeah,
big
there it
wiggle.
Goes. Yep. Seckers moves on through. Up comes Pup, who's just gotten past Dale by the looks of it.
If the two Fangit boys can hold these positions, that's going to be a really big advantage for those guys come towards the end of the race. Especially if they can hold off Tombo for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, Tombo is the massive threat at the moment to pretty much any hard runner. Apex he's made his distance, and it's a straight strategy fight as Tombo moves to the inside of Scooter, coming into the braking zone, medium tyres, late on the brakes. Scooter looks to come back and get alongside as they come through turn 2, unable to do so. Tombo takes that spot. 1 second to make up to Flossie now.
Question, gentlemen. These guys might have seen what Div 2 did. Most of them went to the end of lap 3 to come in off their hards. Do you think they might come in a lap early to go for any kind of undercut?
I think we could absolutely see it.
Yeah, I think it's possible.
I don't know if we'll see it from Flossie. His tyre wear was quite a bit worse than the rest, but Scooter I can absolutely see doing something like that.
What's Oil on? Is he on hards?
Yes.
Yeah, I could definitely
Everyone
see it
but
from
Tombo
Oil.
and Apex.
He's the tyre whisperer.
Wide.
So you could definitely see it from a 1-lapper from Oil or a 2-lapper. So
Tombo is looking hungry as he's reeling in Flossie. Oh, Flossie's pushed wide. Hopefully he's avoided a penalty there, but I don't think he's going to avoid the Tombo that's yapping at his heels, and he has got the half second. Someone's in. Nux is in. Dodgy with a little bit of inside information there, maybe.
I wouldn't have thought it was going to be Nux.
There you go, Nux, Lucky, and Dale. Dale actually is a bit of a surprise, but all quite even on fuel, so just top up that 10 litres and away you go. And Tombo has gotten by Flossie in the meantime.
That half second penalty is really going to hurt Flossie.
I would argue otherwise. He's only got his teammate behind him, really, and if they're talking, if they've got a team chat together, they could communicate it. If Flossie feels faster than Scooter or Scooter feels otherwise, it can be talked about. But we'll see where he ends up after he burns that penalty. He has managed to stick with Tombo quite well. I will say Oily is also doing a great job of sticking with Seckers so far. You've
absolutely
I reckon he's had a problem there.
Done him dirty.
It just looked like he forgot to brake when he turned in there.
He was having pedal issues earlier in the day,
yeah.
so it could be a hardware issue.
I'm not quite sure what happened there. That was it's an interesting one from Oily.
Whole host of pit stops. Flossie, Zoo.
I'll claim the Fangit curse, I guess. I seem to just have some kind of effect on him.
Hump has taken a bit of a gamble here, I reckon. He is on hards, isn't he?
Mediums.
No, mediums.
Oh, he went out on mediums from the start. Oh, no gamble there. Go,
Tombo and Apex are the only medium runners at the front there, apart from obviously everyone coming out of the pits. But Flossie that's actually worked into Flossie's favour. That penalty was on his in-lap, so instead of it costing him time all the way down the straight, it's just cost him the time it took to get into the pit lane.
Yeah, that's probably the best case scenario there.
He's lost about 0.4 of a second there.
Tell you what though, Tombo's pulling some time out of Apex at the moment. It's only a few tenths, but he's still pulling it out.
Yeah, purple lap last time around.
It'll all come down to fuel.
Yeah, Apex he's got a little bit more in actually, so that's a great point. Probably 3 or 4 litres more than Tombo.
Tombo's going to burn. It's almost burning fuel to catch him. Then that lead's just going to stretch out again at the pit stop. So.
And it's tricky to get drawn into that as well. If you see a tenth or two coming down on the corner exit, you rev it that 200 RPM higher, and you push it that little bit harder because you're seeing the time fall. But you get tunnel visioned on chasing the gap instead of managing your fuel and doing your race plan. So something we could absolutely see in 19.46 last time around out of Tombo, and 19.64 out of Apex. So about 0.2 of a second difference there. And we do have a bit of action for 8th place as Dale looks to get past Lucky.
Looks like Oils decided to go an extra lap on hards, by the looks of it, compared to the other guys.
Yeah, we'll stay with this battle here. Lucky's gone a little wide. He's dropped a tyre in the dirt. Dale looking up the inside now as we come through the bank corner. Wants to get on the power, can't do it soon enough, and Lucky out of that mid-speed corner just has the acceleration in that McLaren. Here comes Dale as we approach the next braking zone though. Which way is Lucky going to go? He goes for the racing line. Dale looks up the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact. Oh, Dale's almost gone around. Lucky's gone into the dirt. Here comes Pup as well. Oh, brave to look up the inside there. The kink, my goodness.
He bailed out of that at the last possible moment.
Do have Oily in the pits there, but we'll stay on with Lucky here, as he now has the Drive 25 duo of Pup and Zoo. Oh, he's got a massive slide as well. We saw Flossie do a similar thing last race. Unfortunately, that's going to cost him quite a bit, and we're going to see where Oily comes out of the pits now. Right as we're running alongside him, just behind the pack there. That extra lap on hards hurts in the short distance here, but in the long run it could help him towards the last few laps.
He's going to have a lap fresher tyres at the end than the other guys, so it's definitely going to be interesting come towards the end, and the way that Oil is able to conserve tyre, he's going to be pretty fast at the back end of this race.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. He's great at just kind of lulling you into not worrying about him.
Yeah.
And then you've got 3 laps to go and he's pulling in half a second on you. This is speaking from personal experience, by the way. I've absolutely had him hunting me down multiple times at the end of a race. He has pushed a little wide there, so I'm going to move on from Oily and we're going to go just up ahead of him to Packer, Lucky, Zoo and Pup, all within that slipstream range of each other. So a little bit of a benefit down the straights, but obviously not so much through the sweeping corners. Lucky is having a rough time through that final corner as well. He's got a massive slide on there and continues to fall back.
Apex has had enough of the gap closing and decided to pull his finger out. He's done a 19.2.
Is that all? Yeah.
Yeah, is that all?
To be fair,
faster than I've gone all week on softs. But
to be fair, Tombo's done a 19.3, and he's currently half a tenth purple on that time of Apex. So
I think Apex is purple as well, so it's going to be a matter of who's got the fastest purple lap.
Here we go. Let's see how they go coming through here. But definitely seems like Tombo's pushing to try and keep up. No purple for Apex, no purple for Tombo. They've both lost it in the final sector there. But both of these guys are far and away the fastest on track. They're third place in Flossie, 19.7 is his fastest, so he's 0.4 of a second off of Tombo's fastest lap. Scooter's got a 19.9 from Nux, 19.7 from Seckers, so they're all quite a ways off the pace of Apex and Tombo there, who are absolutely ripping through those mediums and having fun while doing it.
Tombo's fuel consumption is right up there.
Apex, I reckon Apex will make up over a second by the time they have to pit.
Oh, he runs wide out in the gravel.
Why is it everyone I talk about?
Do me a favour, next time you're commentating one of my races, just ignore me.
I'll just pretend your whole team doesn't exist, it's fine.
That's correct.
Dodgy kept me under the reins in Div 2, didn't let me speak about any of the TDR guys that were doing well, so... But that gap again, and I'm sure Tombo's eyes are getting bigger than they already are, seeing that gap drop down now to 1.5 of a second.
They've also got to keep in mind that they're only 25 seconds in front of Flossie at the moment, and that's the pit stop less the tyre or fuel. So
yes,
that's gonna be a tall order.
Yeah, the two Fanger boys are in a good spot here. If they can keep circulating and keep doing those, 19s and high 19s and low 20s, I think they're going to be in a really solid position come lap sort of 18-ish, when the other guys are gonna look like they're gonna come in.
I feel like the main person that gap affects is Tombo. I feel with Apex's fuel, if he can stay consistent like he is, he should come out in front. He's purple again as well by 0.87 of a second. But he's got probably 7 litres of fuel.
Flossie has gone down the hill 2 wheels on the dirt. Sorry, Dragon. That was just scary to watch.
Now, that's every time I watch Oil, I see that, so I completely understand it. That's why I've been quiet on him. He's near the back of the field. I've left him alone. But yeah, and it looks like Flossie and Scooter are driving really well together. They're, about that half a second mark. Scooter's not trying to be aggressive and look for a move or anything. They're just lapping really consistently. The only thing they have to worry about is that Nux has found something.
Yeah, he's coming fast.
He's known for that, but he's consistently been about half a second faster than him.
Well, he's just dumped in a 19.3.
Yeah, Scooter with a 20.4 and Flossie with a 20.5. So, but again, he's kind of getting around that marker where the dirty air is going to take effect. So is he going to catch up to him and just not be able to make the move? You know, he's just going to have to sit there and really plan it out and see where he's strongest and where he can get through it.
I think the McLaren does have, judging by Div 2, have enough guts to take the AMG on the straight into turn 1 if you get a good run out of the last corner.
Yeah, they're pretty even. If you can get a bit of draft, they can definitely pull out and get position. I don't think they can get past.
Sorry, just having a moment like he's replicating Flossie from race 1. Oh, Flossie as well. Oh my, I'm not even on board with him. I'm on board with Nux, and I'm just watching the Fangit Mercedes sideways out of every second corner. Nux is, he's nailed that exit too, but
bit too far away.
Yeah, Scooter's also got a really good run through there and used a lot of the curb comfortably, so very comfortable to be within track limits there. Something has happened to Zoo. He's dropped. He was ahead of Pup, I believe, and now he's 2 seconds behind Lucky. So Zoo dropping down to 10th and Lucky moving up to 9th there.
This Tombo is closed right up on Apex.
Still about that 1.5 mark. Oh, he's been a bit slack actually. He dropped into the 120s last lap.
Yeah, 120
for the first
flat.
time. Yeah,
So
120.009.
Yeah, just
Whereas,
you know,
yeah, old Apex is just doing 19.8 still. But maybe this is the one.
Apex has increased that lead over Flossie by about a second and a half.
Yeah, he's pulled out about 0.4 of a second over Tombo that lap as well. That last sector, Tombo was just a little slow through a couple of corners, and it's really showing. Nux still in the 19s as well, so he's running the same pace as the leaders. Is Nux with a 19.3 as his best lap as well, 19.6 that time around, 19.8 out of Scooter, 19.6 out of Flossie. So these three are really starting to find their rhythm. But if Nux keeps gaining on Scooter, that rhythm could be quickly disrupted if it's within the next 6 or so laps before they have to pit. He's got more fuel than them as well, only marginally, 2 or 3 litres, but that could be, that's half a second, 0.7 of a second.
well, Tombo's using fuel like he owns a oil refinery.
Tyre as well, actually.
Yeah.
He's chomped through the front right.
Certainly not holding back.
Yeah, he's pulled that little bit of a gap on Flossie still, but his fuel usage might offset that. I think he's probably going to have to add about 10 to 12 litres of fuel, so about 2 seconds extra worth of being stopped there. And he's back in the 20s.
I wonder if Apex is going to have to put fuel in as well. I think
it's very little, if so.
Yeah, I think he might have to splash.
He might have to, but judging by his speeds in the first, say, 5 or 6 laps, he might have been saving a bit then.
Yeah, I'd say he's at about 47 would be my estimation here. So
he's got significantly less than Flossie and Scooter.
Yeah, he's about 5 litres less.
Nux is in the best spot right now.
Seconds is pretty good too, but he's 5.6 off the back. And the fuel for everyone else looks really consistent, actually, about that 50 litre mark at the moment. So
Nux went a lap early too, so he stopped a lap earlier, so he might have a bit of tyre issue towards the end. Might be able to get to these guys, but might not be able to fight with them.
It's very similar tyre wear to both cars ahead, even with that extra lap. The worst of the tyre wear is Flossie again, only marginally, and Nux has a little bit of a worse rear right tyre, being an MR car, but it still looks to be holding on really well compared to those two ahead of him. And he's got a Very nice run out of that corner there. Scooter with a bit of slipstream assistance should keep him safe, but Nux is really charging up to the rear wing of that Mercedes. Oh, here he comes, actually. Point 2.
Yeah.
Could have a look. He's backing off, though. He's not trying to rush it. Knows that the real race is later on after Tombo and Apex's pit stop.
I mean, he could just sit there and save a bunch of fuel and tyre for the end of the race. So, like, it's might be worth him just sort of sticking under the bumper of that Mercedes and saving it for a little bit later.
I think I agree that he's thinking long term here. For all we know, he could be seeing Scooter and Flossie and think, 28.5 second gap to Apex. We'll make that up. This is third place that I'm in right now. Or he could be thinking, it just wasn't the time. I don't know, but maybe thinking they're due to make a mistake eventually, seeing they've been a bit slidey.
They've been a bit hectic, yeah.
Oh,
no!
Dragon, you did it!
He's done it again. What?
So Flossie with dirty tyres is probably going to lose his spot to Nux here. Nux absolutely. Oh, he's just barged through him there as well. Flossie's got the run coming onto the straight now. Look, you might say that I've done a commentator's curse there, but I would say that I've predicted the future. So I don't think that's on me. I just think I'm, great vision.
Oh, two around. Oh, he was lucky not to lose that then with those two in the dirt.
Yep, Flossie takes that 4th spot back. Could still have some dirty tyres. Oh, Nux shoving it up the inside.
Hip and shoulder there.
Flossie's got the run. Oh, he's barely been given enough room, but he's taken the inside as we run through the banking here. We saw Nux get a really nice run around the outside. He's looked for the cutback to get a nice run out of it this time. And Scooter's gone, how good?
All this has done is just help Tombo and Apex. So.
And Scooter. Scooter's sitting pretty now, unless he also makes a mistake. Oh, Flossie's wide. Ooh. He's going to have them dirty tyres. Nux gone through now.
That's just his natural line. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so was the last lap, I guess, yeah.
That little battle could have cost Nux. Like you said, he did come in that lap early. So that could cost him dearly against Scooter.
His tyres are now better than Scooter, but he's got 3 seconds to make up. And on that same accord, Flossie's got, 2 seconds to try and make up to bring a fight out of that. But it looks like overtaking's really hard to come by in this one, with a lot of the cars quite evenly matched or strong in different places. You've got your Supra that's really strong on the straights but struggles in quite a few of the slower corners. You've got the McLaren that's great through the mid-speed but struggles out of the slow corners. You've got the Mazda that's a little bit bitey but strong on the brakes. So everyone's stronger in different parts of the track, which kind of just leads us to an even lap time.
Yeah, it's very good close racing.
Pup getting loose as well, trying to stay in front of Lucky here.
It is great to see all the team drivers all in the same car. I do very much like that. It's great visually. So it's good to see everyone in the same cars.
Yeah, it looks like our closest on-track battle is still this one with Luck and Pup, and late on the brakes is Lucky into the uphill right-hander there, and away drives Pup into the distance. But it seems Luck's been reeling in Pup for quite a few laps here, and just nice and consistent, mid-20s, and then he's gotten up within that dirty air range, and the McLaren seems to fall away quite quickly once you get underneath the rear wing of the cars ahead, and don't have as much downforce on the front tyres, with it being mid-engined as well.
Tombo's going to be in this lap, I would imagine.
I think he'd go 1. I reckon he'll go to the end of 18. He's got about 8 litres in the tank. He's running 20.3s.
Definitely fallen off in the last 5 laps.
Apex could just about finish the race. He's probably about 3 litres short at the moment. The big H, as his number plate says. He's really taken that one on board and run with it. as the rest of the field's spread out. So maybe we jump up towards the front here, and yeah, Tombo going around that one more time.
And
His tyres have definitely seen better days.
Scooter's reeling him in too now.
24.0 seconds, 28.0 to Apex. And I think we'll see Tombo in this lap. Apex could probably go to the end of 20 and just do the one lap on hards. He's had a little bit of an oversteer moment there, but he's still nice and consistent. He's done his first 20 last lap, so there's that. 20.07.
Yeah.
So how's that for a bit of consistency? His last 10 laps, 8 laps, have been ranging between 19.5 and a 20.0 on
all within
13 to 15,
one another.
13 to 18 lap old tyres. So I think we need to have him tested. That's just my personal thoughts.
I think he might have found a way to get ChatGPT to drive for him, but you know, that's just me.
He's found a way to get him with Sophie. Here we go. Tombo around in the last corner, dips tyre in the dirt just to, make my heart skip a beat. And he's in
the pit lane. And
Here
now
he
we get
goes.
to watch and see.
If you guys jump on board with Scooter, I'll sit in here with Tombo and watch the pit stop. But I see Scooter's coming towards the last corner
He's in the
now.
last corner now. He's
Tombo
coming
pulling into the pit
last
stall.
corner.
Jacks are up. Tyres being changed.
Scooter's coming past the pit entry.
Fuel
He's gonna
going in.
clear him by a long way.
I think Tombo might have overfueled a little, but he's coming out now. Oh, there goes Scooter. Nux, a little bit back in the distance there. So Nux could be on for third here. Those hard tyres take a while to get up to temperature as well. He's also putting time on Flossie. He's pulled about a second on Flossie since he got past him. But 1.4 seconds the gap for Nux to make up. And was it 23.5 seconds was Tombo's gap to Scooter, and he's come out 2 behind. So I think Apex is going to be clear by about 1.5 to 2 seconds. And he's going to have to put in less fuel. He could go again. He's got enough to go another lap. 20.3 though, time's dipped. There he is in the pits. And again, we're on Scooter watch. So I'll let you guys ride on board with Scooter, and I'll sit in with Apex and let you know what goes on here.
He's coming up the uphill now, coming into the last.
Stopped in the pit stall is
Uphill.
Apex.
He's coming into the entry of the last corner.
Tyres on. Splash of fuel, 3 litres, and he's rolling.
And he's coming past the pit entry now.
There you go. So Apex has got the straight on him. That he put 3 litres of fuel in the car.
Yep, just a safety splash.
Yep.
Whether he can run full speed to the end.
Yeah, fresh hards. He should be fine with the calibre of driver he is. Scooter's looking quite comfortable. That third place though, that is
Nux
looking pretty
is
juicy
right
there for
on his
Nux.
hammer. He does have very, very second-hand tyres, but
Yeah, last time around a 20.2 though. That's a hell of a lap time. That's equal to what Apex just did. He did a 20.3. So that McLaren really showing late race pace here in the
a bit of flash of the
temperatures. You
lights.
saw that too. He's letting him know.
He's on it. He's coming for him.
Mind games. Here we go. Late on the brakes. That gap about half a second. Tombo with the better exit up the hill. McLaren does suffer there though, as Dodgy said earlier. Slow corners are where it struggles the most.
He's going to pick up a whole heap in this last corner. McLaren is just
2 stabs
so
at the
strong.
throttle. Tombo's pulled a 10th on him there. Having a couple of stabs at the throttle was Nux. Again, through the last corner, Tombo's got a nice gap on him now. So he might be able to hold off that third place after all. 1 lap to go. Minute and 20. 80 seconds to make this move happen if he can.
He's got
Nicely through turn 1.
Apex and Scooter. Looks like they've got those spots sewn up, but yeah, the action is definitely third and fourth. Oh, big understeer there from
Just
Nux
hearing the
through that
tyres
corner.
screeching.
Front tyres complaining.
Screaming for relief. They've just got to last him another 50 seconds. 0.6 of a second the gap now to Tombo. The McLaren really strong through this first sector.
Unless Tombo makes some kind of mistake, it's going to be very difficult for Nux to get
Flossie was off in the background.
He's around as well.
He's spun.
He's going to lose us. Oh, he's almost rejoined right in front of Seckers. There goes Dale. That's going to be him.
Yeah, just
the gap. Half a second still for third. Oh, Tombo's wide. Whoa, he's just kept it on the track there. Nux within 0.3 of a second.
Gonna have.
We've got Apex coming onto the straight right now.
Yep, swerving, victory swerves. He's taken a clean sweep to start it off again. First place, Apex. Scooter bringing home a very, very well-driven second. Tombo's going to hold off Nux to finish off the podium. Nux fourth. Steckers is going to sneak his way into fifth after that late mistake from Flossie.
Yeah,
Dale bringing it home in sixth as well. Top half of the field. It's a great drive from him. Flossie is going to come home in seventh with Pup behind in eighth. Lucky unable to get by Pup. Finishes in ninth. Oiley's going to bring it home in 10th. Zoo is going to bring it home in 11th. And Packer 3 seconds to the rear of Zoo is going to be our 12th place finisher.
Yeah, great drive there by Apex, as you said. Clean sweep of the round. He is going to be our championship leader at the end of this round. And going to be come and get him, boys. He's thrown down the gauntlet, and it's up to the other guys to go out there and hunt him down.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the one make next week, shall we?
I've had some